What's up, family? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is. It's your boy Crazy Faith the God in the building. Getting ready to drop some quick value for you guys today. You know, second video in a day. Let's go. Let's go. You already know. Glory to God. So today's topic, the second topic for today is go hard for your family, right? Going hard for your family. Because honestly, if you don't go hard for your family, who will? Right? If your family didn't go hard for your family, right? Then it's a chance for you to go hard for your family. It's a chance for you to close that gap. It's a chance for you to close that financial gap. It's your chance to set them financially free, right? It's your chance, right? And if you don't take initiative, if you don't take charge on that, that opportunity could pass you by. And what you could ultimately do for your family, right? Is so important. That's so important, right? A lot of us are just living this average mundane lifestyle, right? We're not growing, we're not stretching, we're not changing our environment so that way we can grow. Right? For me, like I had to switch my environment, right, in order for me to grow. Because I noticed that the people that I had around me was actually limiting me, right? And it's okay with people wanting to help you, but I feel like when you have too much help, you can become, you know, lazy. You can become, just relying on that and not the source, right? When you let people do things, a lot of things for you, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but when it becomes too much, right? When they're just doing every single thing and you don't got to stretch and you don't got to grow, that's when you limit yourself. That's when you begin to die, right? That's when you begin to rely on someone else. And ultimately, God wants you to rely on Him. He wants you to depend on Him for the source, right? He wants you to depend on Him for the source, for the resources, because God has the resources, right? But sometimes people can limit us from seeing what God is doing. And sometimes that's when God steps in and He has to move us away from those people, because if He doesn't, then you would kind of like make them your God, right? So to speak. You kind of make them your God, so to speak. And you don't go to the master creator who created everything, you know? And I was once that person. I was once that person that, my family used to hand me everything, right? Oh, you need this. Oh, you need that. Don't worry about it. I get it for you. You don't gotta pay me back, boo. You know, and anything I needed, pretty much, like they could afford, they would have got it for me. And I was cool with that, right? We all, cool with that. But then you go to realize later down the life, in life, that kind of made me soft. That kind of made me soft because when it came for me to actually figure things out, I'm always calling on family member. I'm not calling on God and the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, wow, like I gotta stop that. Like I gotta get me right. I gotta rely on me and set that solid foundation so that way I can help other people out too. And it's always better to help someone else out. I feel like it's always better to give than receive, right? And I'd rather help someone else out than for someone else to help me out for some reason. I don't mind getting the help, but I just rather be the one helping someone else out, right? I don't know about you, but that feels a lot better on my end. I don't know about your end, but we gotta break out of that comfortability mindset, like being complacent, not having to stretch, not having to grow, and just living an average, mundane, ordinary, average life. I know for me, I had to switch up my environment. When my environment is toxic, all right, what can I learn from this? And then now let's make the solution, the adjustment to get up out of this. If I can't, you know, enrich my environment with my positivity, with my light, then yeah, it's time to go. It's time to find the people that are going to celebrate you and not tolerate you, right? I feel like environments is so important, And I think that's going to be my next topic, setting a positive environment, right? Because when our environment is positive and healthy, we grow more, right? We grow more, we get to evolve, and we get to transform. Um, but when we're not in the right environment, it gets toxic and crazy. But I don't want to dive too much into it. But back onto the topic, going for doing everything for your family, going hard for your family. We have to go hard for our family, because if we don't, we just like pass down what was given to us, right? If we don't fix the financial situations and making our character better for the next generation, we risk passing that down to the next generation, right? Do you want to pass that down? Do you want to leave like that? Do you want to go out like that? Or do you want to leave something behind? Leave that legacy behind, right? Leave a inheritance behind. Leave that inheritance behind for your kids. That's what a good man does. A good man leaves an inheritance for his kids. Are you gonna do that? Are you gonna be the one to set a new boundary, to set a new standard, and to evolve and transform your whole life with God? God is right there helping us transform, waiting for us to transform. But are we willing to step in the uncomfortability with Him? Are we willing to get uncomfortable? Are we willing to put the flesh under our feet? Are we willing to sacrifice? Are we willing to do what's hard so that way later life can be easy? Right? Are we truly willing to do that? Are we truly willing to stay with the new version of ourselves and not go back and forth to the old version, like we playing, you know, tic tac toe, right? And we're going back and forth, you know, like we don't want to be doing that, right? That's hindering our growth. That's wasting time. And it's better to fight for the new version of you. Everything that we want, I'm telling you right now, every single thing that you want will require a fight towards it. If you're not aware of it right now, every single thing you want in life is going to require a fight for that thing, right? Some things you don't really have to fight for, and those things are just average, easy to get, low hanging fruit. But the high hanging fruit, we're going to have to fight for that. We're going to have to fight for that, but it's worth the fight. It's worth the fight, right? It's worth the fight. Are you going to fight for it? Are you going to fight for your family and the next generation to come? Are you going to keep the dream alive when things don't even look the like it's supposed to look? When it starts to get messy and rocky and boggy and stormy and you can't see the light sometimes. Like, are you still going to keep the faith through all of that? Because I'm telling you, it's not going to get easy, right? Sometimes it gets worse, but God will never put you into something that you're not capable of getting through, right? He will never give you more than you can handle, right? And everything is just to fortify your spirit, make you stronger so you're fit for life and you can handle the kingdom when God's time is ready. Fighting for your family. And sometimes you gotta fight for your family, even your family don't get along like that. Sometimes you just gotta step up and be the one to break chains. It's not even about the family; it's about breaking those chains that was passed down to you, right? Breaking that for God, right? If you don't want to do it for your family, do it for God. Break the chain for God. If you don't want to do it for your family, break the chain for God. You feel me? If you don't want to do it for your family, at least break the chain for your God, for God and the next generation to come, right? At least do it for that. If you're not rocking with your family, right? That's a different perspective, right? For another day. But you could break the chain, switch your perspective if you're not wanting to do it for your family, but do it for the next generation. Break all chains. If any chains is wrapped around your neck right now, break it. God is not limited. God is not limited. God can break all chains. Nobody is stronger or more powerful than God. Not the devil. Nobody in this world is. And that's the truth. You can receive it or you can reject it. Either way is the truth. Right? So, I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you don't do it for your family, you're going to leave behind poverty and everything you stepped into coming into this life. You're going to leave all that behind, right? If you don't do it for your family and start changing things and making adjustments, right? And sticking with that new version. You're just going to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. But if you do it for your family and stay with that new version for a certain amount of time, however God sees pleased with, you will make it and cross over. But it's going to take endurance. It's going to take sacrificing. It's going to take that relentless push. It's going to take you going through hell to keep on going. It's gonna come with a lot of endurance in order to see your dreams come to life with God and to ultimately leave that legacy behind. And it might be years until you see the results that you want. But are you willing to stay patient through those trials and tribulations and the frustration and the anger and the uncertainty and the and the strength and power to endure? Are you willing to push forward through that? Right? Because that's what it's gonna take, and that's the real truth. That's the real solid golden truth right there. Um, right? Are you willing to do that? Right? And are you truly willing to make yourself uncomfortable so you can see the growth that you want? Are you willing to do that? It's gonna be a little painful, but I tell you what, the fight is well worth it. It's well worth the fight, right? I want to take a few minutes to pray over you guys. God, I asked you that you could help them develop a mindset and a spirit that's unbreakable to your kingdom, and that you can help them to grow in ways that they didn't even think they could grow, and that you can enlighten them way more than where they're at right now, that you can give them the heightened sense of awareness of their minds to see what's next and the wisdom to see and understand what you're doing through them and not to get frustrated and to rely on their own understanding. I ask that you can give them the wisdom and the light so that way they can achieve what they want in this life, and give them the power and the endurance to get through everything that they're going through. And thank you for giving me the endurance to get through everything as well. God, with that being said, let's have a blessed and amazing night and finish this night off strong. Nothing but love to you guys. Hope you guys having a blessed and amazing night. It's your boy Crazy Faith the God on the way out. Let's grow.